Okay, this is our first cooking demonstration, and today we're going to be making microwave Rice Krispie treats. So before we begin, make sure that you tie your hair back and you wash your hands with hot soapy water and you wear clothing that is appropriate for cooking. Okay, my butter is melted, and be careful when you get your bowl out of the microwave. Some bowls will get very warm when they go in the microwave, so you might want to have pot holders handy that you can use to get the bowl out of the microwave once it's done. Okay, so once our butter's melted, we're going to take our 20 marshmallows and we're going to put it into the bowl. Okay, and then we're going to return it to the microwave and for 1 minute. All right, my marshmallows just came out of the microwave after being in there for 1 minute, and you can see how they've puffed up. Now the recipe tells you to stir vigorously, so I'm going to take my spoon and I'm going to stir my marshmallows and try to get them incorporated with the butter. You may have to return this to the microwave for another 10 seconds if you think your marshmallows aren't melted enough. But as long as you can get it to, as you stir, it's going to continue to cook, because there's still microwaves inside of the food. So we call that standing time. Okay, as you can see, mine are all melted and ready for the next step. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Rice Krispie treats, and it says I need 3 cups. So I have pre-measured 2 cups of Rice Krispie treats. I would have pre-measured 3, but I wanted to show you how we do that. So in the Rice Krispies, you take your 1 cup dry measuring cup. Now it should be a dry measuring cup, not the liquid measuring cups. Okay, so I've got my last cup. It's full. I just leveled it with my finger because it's a dry, it's easier to do than trying to level it off with a knife. Okay, so that's 3 cups. So my next step is to take my 3 cups of Rice Krispies and put it into the bowl. I'm now going to stir to combine. Now Rice Krispie treats can also be made on top of the stove, but I think that this is a little easier to do, so it's something if you haven't tried before, might be worth trying. Okay, you really want to stir. Notice where I hold my spoon. I don't hold it way up here. I hold it down farther. You have a lot more power with your stirring when you hold your spoon close down to the bottom of the spoon. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is press my mixture into my pan. So here's my 8x8 pan that it asks for in the recipe. I'm going to lightly spray this with some cooking spray. It isn't coming out very well. Okay, so I lightly sprayed it. Let's see what happens here. And I'm going to take my Rice Krispies and I'm going to just put them right into this container, or this 8x8 baking dish. Try to get all of it, but if you can't get it all, you can just eat that later. All right, so I'm going to take a little knife here to kind of help to get that off. And kind of go back and forth. Okay, so you can see this is really sticky. One way to get this pressed down into the pan is to take a piece of wax paper. The recipe tells you to get this out. Fold it. Spray it with a little bit of cooking spray, which doesn't work. Okay, and then you can just turn it upside down on top of your mixture and press. You just press lightly, you don't have to smash it. Okay, so there it is, all pressed in. The next step is to take a cutting board. And we are going to use this one. And we're going to take our pan and we're going to flip it out onto our cutting board. If you have a plastic cutting board, that's probably a little bit better because it won't stick to the plastic as much, but this works, any cutting board that you have. So take your pan, turn it upside down, it'll fall right out. At this point, if you would like to put sprinkles on, you can. So add a little sprinkles to your Rice Krispie treats. And then we're going to take our knife that we had out before, and we're going to try to cut this into a tic-tac-toe type of board cross. So we're going to cut. You just have to kind of cut lightly. Okay, so they're all separated into 9 Rice Krispie treats. At this point, you can take them and you can transfer them to a plate and have them ready to serve. One last thing to do before you're completely done is to make sure that you clean up, wash your dishes, make sure that you leave the kitchen nice and clean. Enjoy your Rice Krispie treats.